What's up, guys, and welcome back to Tackling the World. We are finally back in New Zealand, reunited with our van, and we're gonna find out if it turns on. If you guys saw our last video in New Zealand, then you know we were having some van trouble. Even if it starts up, we still need to take it to the mechanic because it's making this horrible sound and we think it's the belt.
While we were gone, I did ask the attendant here at this parking lot to disconnect the battery while we were gone, and he did that, and he just connected it just a few days ago, he said. So he said, well, should be good, but let's see.
Is it dead?
Yep, it's completely dead. I don't see any lights even turn on. Okay, we do have a little backup jump starter, but it's in the back and there's a wall right behind us. I don't think we could open the trunk.
It's a little tight.
I think this is what I need. This is like a portable jump starter. So.
Oh, there we go.
All right, we're up and running. Oh God, that sounds terrible though.
Yeah. So we do have an appointment that Taku made a couple days ago with a mechanic who will hopefully be able to fix whatever is wrong with it. We're pretty certain it's the belt. We don't know exactly what, but hopefully it's an easy fix and we can hit the road pretty quickly.
All right, after I turned the car on, we drove around, kept the car on for quite a bit, maybe like an hour to try to let the battery charge back up. But if the alternator is not working, then it's not really going to do much. This morning, I turned it on, or I tried to turn it on, but it didn't have enough juice to turn the car on. So I jumped it again and then took it into the mechanic now. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully he gets it sorted.
And now we're just making some breakfast. Got some pesto ricotta on toast, cherry tomatoes. Got a little toasted garlic. I think I'll smash it and put it on. A couple drops of lemon juice. And top it with a little Parmesan. Et voila! Have a nice little breakfast.
But the problem is, when she rang up yesterday, the part was available. They got sold.
Oh man!
So the parts are coming overnight. So the van won't be ready till tomorrow morning.
Oh,
okay.
I see. So it was the alternator that wasn't charging properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the alternator.
And then the batteries okay?
Yeah, the battery seemed fine.
Okay.
So.
Oh man. Well, initially before I took it in, they were saying that I could most likely get it back in the same day because they'll have the part really quick, ready to go. But somebody's already bought it, so we can't get that part. We're gonna have to wait overnight, and he'll put it in tomorrow morning. At least we got to figure it out. Soon we'll be back on the road.
We've been trying to reach our mechanic, but he's not answering. And we're just trying to figure out what we should do because we have all this stuff. And we just need to know, did he get the part? Is he working on it? Is the van accessible? Because then we can just dump all this stuff in the van and go somewhere. Definitely missing Japan, because in Japan there's all these lockers that you could just leave your luggage in and not worry about it.
One lucky thing at this Airbnb we're staying at, the owner's super nice, and he says it's okay, you know, because we're already like over our time that we're supposed to check out. But he says he's very understanding, so he says it's all right, no worries. We were able to get through to somebody and just checking on the update.
It has left Auckland and it's on a van here in Christchurch somewhere. So we're hoping that it's going to be here soon.
Alternator has not arrived to the shop yet.
Yeah, I kind of doubted it was going to arrive early morning.
But this is the first mechanical issue we've had in this van in New Zealand. It's an older van too, 2004, and it's got like 330 kilometers. So that's pretty up there. So. And for it to never have actually broken down on us, like on the road, it's pretty good. Well, a bit of a frustrating situation. I just got another call and they said that they don't know where the package is, just been lost in the mail, so they had to order a new one, a replacement. and that one's not going to be here until tomorrow morning, hopefully, if it gets here. And I've just been working on my laptop and, you know, doing the editing and that kind of stuff. Pretty boring. I was looking forward to this fishing. I'm supposed to be fishing in the canals right now, fishing for giant trout in the rivers, in the canals. But here we are. Yeah, that's true though. Our Airbnb was gonna have a hot tub. That was for tonight. Oh yeah, and that one, yeah, we had an Airbnb for tonight, but that one's just gonna go to waste. Unfortunate situation, but it's all good. That's what we have to deal with.
It's almost 10 a.m. We still haven't had any updates on the van, but we need to leave this Airbnb in like 5 or 10 minutes. So there she is. All fixed, hopefully, no more problems.
Our Airbnb host was really kind enough to let us keep our stuff in his garage. So now we're back for the stuff, and now we're off to Twizel.
We have finally made it to our Airbnb. Unfortunately, it's dark, so we can't show you how beautiful it is outside. And it's a cloudy day, so we won't get to see the stars because it's supposed to have some amazing stargazing. But for now, we're gonna just make some dinner and then go in the hot tub that's outside.
What are you saying? Oh, I just want to make a simple dinner, a quick one tonight, so we can get in the tub.
It was quick and simple. Curry peanut noodle soup. I just wanted something warm since it's a little cold. And of course, gotta put some chili.
Chili crisp.
Crispy shallots. Oh, sinking.
Alright, let's try this. Looks incredible. Smells good too. Very coconutty. Damn, it's hard to eat this with a fork.
No.
I can't twirl this, the noodles. Mmm, delicious. Cheers. Van's done. Complete. Headache's over. And Jocelyn picked out this apple rhubarb cider. Had it in the freezer so it's a little slushy. It's tasty.
Now we can relax, finish our food, and head to the hot tub. How nice is this? There's so many windows. So many windows, and there's no blinds or anything, no curtains, so you just get woken up by the natural light, which is fine right now during this time of year because the sun doesn't rise until 7:45 a.m. about. But in summer it might suck a little bit because I'm sure sunrise is like 5 a.m. or something, and I don't want to wake up that early. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit, so I better get in the hot outdoor bath. Oh man, it is so nice out here. With a nice cup of coffee, great view, hot water. I just need some great company is all. Hopefully Taco makes it back from fishing and we could spend some time in the hot tub. Trying to make this worth it as much as possible since we got here pretty late yesterday. There go the birds. Unfortunately, this place is fully booked, I think, for the next 30 days. It was only available the one day I checked. This cabin is actually pretty close to a bunch of like hikes. There's a few lakes around here that are super blue. So this is like a pretty good spot to come here if you guys are looking for a little getaway in New Zealand. I think whenever we actually buy a place, definitely need to have some kind of outdoor bath. And this one's pretty cool because it's huge. Like, Taco and I fit in here easily. I think you could probably squeeze 4 people in here if you wanted to. Wonder how much they are though. It's a good way to start your morning. The weather said it's supposed to be like 40, but it's a very warm 40, and that's Fahrenheit. They use Celsius here, but since I'm American, I'm still using Fahrenheit. Yeah, I was a little worried because we don't really have winter gear, though for Taco's birthday I got him a nice warm jacket, so he'll be fine fishing here. My plan was just to throw all my clothes into the van and make a little warm nest. Taco just got back. He's got 15 minutes. I'm gonna make him take a quick dip while I put everything away in the van.
Quick dip.
Did you catch fish?
No, not yet. Might have had a bite or two. Hard to tell, but keep trying. Only a couple of hours in.
tea delivery.
Oh, thank you. It's hot in here.
After getting everything packed up and in the van, I went to double check the checkout instructions and realized we don't have to leave here till 11, not 10. Lately, we've been getting a lot of checkouts at 10, so I just kind of made the assumption that this one was 10. So we got 1 more hour. I'm gonna go back and soak with Taku. Little update, Taku ended up catching his trout, and now we have driven up about 6 hours because we need to catch our ferry tomorrow morning. And it is super cold now because it's winter here in New Zealand, and it's actually gonna be the coldest night we've spent in the van. It should hit about 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty cold for Californians. Usually it doesn't ever go below 30 for us. I don't think we've spent too many cold nights in the other van, but it's super well insulated and we have a ton of blankets. This van's pretty dark. We don't really have lights.
The worst part about this van is there's no countertop space. The stove range is huge for a tiny van.
And we never use this stove because it heats the van and there's not really any airflow.
It would be nice to heat the van tonight though. And this basket is glued on too, so it doesn't really go anywhere. And we just have the sink in the corner, no countertop space. I can barely do any cutting. And this cutting board sucks too. It's just flimsy cutting board.
It's not so bad in the summer, but in the winter when the sun sets at 5 p.m.
and you don't want to go outside because it's freezing cold. It's not ideal, but we're making it work. Can't keep renting out those Airbnbs. That adds up a lot.
And tonight we're staying at a free campsite, so we're saving a little money tonight. And New Zealand has quite a few free campsites, and the nice thing in winter is you can come late and still snag a free spot. So that's one of the nice things about visiting New Zealand in the winter time. Plus the views are amazing. The color changes have been so nice. Just going with one of our go-to super easy wraps. It's just the veggie wrap with the hummus, and we're also gonna have a little miso soup because it's cold. We love our wraps. This one's a go-to, the chicken parm and the Caesar salad wrap.
Jocelyn wanted to put beets in here this time. I said he was gonna make a mess, but I prepped it so it was fine. I didn't let her touch the beets.
Got a little miso soup in a mug. Easiest way to drink this right now.
We're gonna make the bed. Once you make the bed, it's hard to grab anything underneath it.
Yeah.
Grab your clothes for tonight.
I'm grabbing tomorrow's clothes because, pro tip, if your van doesn't have any insulation and it's going to be freezing the next day, sleep with your clothes. That way they get your body heat in, and then you don't have to put cold clothes on in the morning.
Good point. And this is the tabletop, and this just plops on. We didn't have the table up right now. We're just sitting down in couch mode. Watch your fingers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hold up the... And we did actually remove one of our cushions because we just figured it was easier.
Yeah, there was a third cushion that goes here. Trying to move them all and just maneuver things around was just such a pain. So I said, just let's take one of the cushions out because 2 cushions. There's one on this side, which you can't really see, and this one. Big enough for us two, so.
Bit of a mission to make the bed because you can't stand up and you can't move anywhere.
Yeah.
Just gotta shift all the time. Who's stepping on which pillow or which cushion.
Yeah, it's way nicer having a van you can stand in.
And you just slide the bed. Whoop. Whoop.
I know.
I miss our van.
We miss our van at home. I won this. This is Bosatsu. I won this in Japan in one of the claw machines.
And it was a hard claw machine. It wasn't just the one that goes like this.
Yeah, it was a different type.
It goes, I still haven't cut off
You
this
have
thing.
to be... They have like a rod like this, and they put this, and it's like a sticky rod. Like a rubbery sticky rod. And it's like this, and you gotta claw machine it, and then you just gotta inch it off like this. Inch it off, inch it off. And then eventually you win. It only took me 22 tries, so it's a pretty good deal.
That's about how much you would spend on one, probably. Well, I feel warm from that.
I know. Oh. Whoa.
It's gonna be the thumbnail.
Whoa.
Coldest night in the van.
Ooh. No wonder why. Doesn't feel too cold. pretty
We
nice.
did some activity moving things around.
Activity. Making a bed is an activity. It gets dark so early now. We gotta go back to the northern hemisphere. just to chase the sun, you know. Gotta do some dishes in this tiny sink.
Which is the same size as the pot.
It is just barely bigger than the pot. And we have this pump action water. Minimal electricity in here. Whoops. Spilled a little bit. Tiny, stupid, tiny sink.
We're slightly ahead of schedule.
Well, it's 7 a.m. and we just got our first knock on the door. We're still sleeping, and somebody came to knock on our door, and it was one of like the parking enforcer kind of, I don't know, kind of people. And they said we're not allowed to sleep here because it's actually, we slept in the wrong parking space, and they said we have to move, we have to leave because we're not allowed to be here. But we're supposed to be parked just a few spaces over. Yeah, so that sign right there, you're supposed to be parked from that side and that way. And that's okay. But this way, it's not okay. So all three of these, all three of us got a knock on the door, so we have to leave. So yeah, we got to get out of here now. Or I don't know, I think we can just move over to those parking spaces because there's open spaces. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, when we got here, it was super dark. So when we checked the sign, it just says no camping, photo of a little tent, and then the sign behind it said self-contained vehicles are okay, just no tent camping. So we're like, okay, we're good. And then read the sign because sometimes it does tell you like where to park, and all it says is 6 vehicles allowed. If there's 6 here, you have to go.
We didn't see the other sign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was blocked, so we didn't check. Also because it was dark.
Yeah.
But there's not 6 cars here, so.
Well, we've moved about 30 seconds down the road, different parking space. Now we're just gonna make some breakfast. And we're just doing a bit of shin ramen for breakfast because Jocelyn anticipated on being cold. The only thing is I forgot to buy eggs. Man, eggs are so good in here, but eggless this time.
Make our ramen a little healthier by adding spinach and mushroom.
I had a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You did too?
Yep. Wish we gotten to sleep a little more, but I get why they're so strict. There's another spot not too far from where we camped. You have to have a self-contained vehicle for this one site, not too far from where we stayed, and there's no toilet there. But I saw all these comments, and also in the listing said that they were on the verge of shutting that one down because all the van lifers are pooping and peeing in the little park, and apparently it just like smells really bad, and you can't like walk around and have fun in the park because it's just full of human poop. So
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, don't do that, you ruin it for the rest of us.
Alright guys, well we have made it down to Picton, which is where the ferry terminal is, going up to the North Island to Wellington. Here we go!
We have made it to Wellington. We're just waiting to exit the ferry. Bunch of cars. Yeah, it's gonna be everything for this video, and we'll see you guys next week.